What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night, depending on what happened. I hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at today to talk more about crypto, to obviously talk more about the markets. The markets, in terms of just like the stock market, are absolutely getting obliterated today. You talk about a market bloodbath. You woke up to one today. Cryptocurrency is actually holding up strong here. It is coming down here over the last 24 hours. However, it is holding up stronger than that of the stock market. As you guys know, the U.S., Israel, Iran conflict is still underway here. Gas prices are surging. A lot of uncertainty, obviously, in the markets because of it. So just kind of a crazy week already. But the cryptocurrency market's not doing too bad. Bitcoin's actually holding up compared to even silver, gold, everything else out there. We're going to look at some indicators. We're going to look at some charts. We're going to look at some other stuff. Talk about the news and go from there. But before I jump into it all, I want to say what's up to the A-Team. We got Just Maui in the house here. What's up, Just Maui? We got Crypto Kyle. What's going on, buddy? We got Jen Deb. What's up, buddy? We got Pipeline, King Pound, My Batch. Sam, thanks so much for becoming a member of the A-Team again. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being back, man. Good to see you, Sam. We got Gregor in the house here. Thank you so much for being here. We got BP Kohler, Griff. Good to see you guys. We got Dutches, Skating Horse. What's going on? Phil, Chipper. Good to see you guys. Yeah, appreciate each and every one of you guys being here today. We got Cool Cat Cosmo in the house here. What's up, Cool Cat? Good to see you. We got Dominic. What's up, buddy? But yeah, it's kind of some crazy things in the what's happening here. Let's take a look. We'll open up the charts here. Let's take a look at it. As you can see right now, Bitcoin has come down about 1% over the last 24 hours. It actually hasn't been trading too bad. If you've been following the indicators on TradingView, you'll actually see that, most likely the markets are going to come down. It was very obvious to see on the 4-hour that the markets are going to come down. We had a nice little rally. Things got over purchased. Now we're obviously on a downwards selling pattern. And you can see that across the board from Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, the whole every crypto is pretty much like that. They're all kind of matching each other. Even Hedera is coming down slightly. But look at the stock market. Stock market's getting absolutely obliterated. It's come back since earlier this morning. This is at 800 points earlier. Dow was down 800 points earlier this morning. You can see Dow drops 800 points as oil surges. But so oil has gone up significantly since the whole Iran thing. Obviously, Iraq cut off one of their largest fields because of the conflict. Not trying to risk their assets. You can see S&P 500 right here is down 80% or 80 points. You got the NASDAQ down about 295. As you guys can see right here, roughly about $1 trillion has been wiped out from the stock market since the U.S. market opened today. It's kind of, like I said, it's come back slightly, but the markets are getting absolutely obliterated, especially the stock market. Crypto, like I said, is kind of flat. If you go back and look at the cryptocurrency market, very, very flat over the last, even the last hour, nothing too bad. Kind of clawing its way back up here. But Bitcoin hasn't been really affected. If you go and actually look at everything here, kind of wild, dude. Over 4.7 trillion has been wiped out of the precious metals, crypto, and U.S. market altogether in the last 12 hours. It says gold is down about 7%, wiping away about $2.6 trillion. Silver is down about 12.3%, wiping out about $610 billion. S&P 500 is down about 1.8, wiping out about 1.14 trillion in the last 11 hours. And the NASDAQ's down about 2.13 or 2.13, wiping out about 845 billion. If you actually look at this, Bitcoin down just a little bit, wiping out 40 billion. So, we have a lot of things that are coming down here, trying to find these bounces, but markets are not looking too hot right now, to be honest with you. I just read on Bloomberg, now Europe is worried about stable coins and their banks. Yeah, I'd figure if anyone's going to jump out of anything, it's going to be Europe, right? Crypto Keeper Joel, what's up, buddy? Good to see you do some more fun. We got some more fun in the house here. What's up, my guy? Eric Bev, what's up, bud? Eric Bev's in the house here. We got Majestic. What's going on, dude? Good to see you guys. Got someone. I've seen someone in a minute. What's up, Trent? We got Trent in the house here. What's up, man? Lone Star Kid, what's up, dude? So pretty crazy. We started to look at that. Here's another one right here. The SP 500 falls to its lowest since Thanksgiving week. As you guys can see right here, we go back over to November, which was Thanksgiving week. We were down sitting here around the 669. This is the S&P 500. And you can see, we came down, and now we're, again, coming down to the same levels. If you go back and actually look at this, it's kind of crazy how much levels have been lost in this whole thing. Looking at this right here, 38% of altcoins are now trading near their all-time lows, worse than the post-FTX period, meaning that we are in a worse scenario than we were during FTX and Luna Classic. That's pretty crazy. I thought I would never say that. I honestly thought I would never say that we would be in a worse situation in terms of a sell pressure than that of FTX and Luna Classic and the Ukraine-Russian war, which, by the way, is still going on here. Like, I know we're getting all the publicity on what's happening with Iran, but let's not forget that there's still a war going on with Ukraine and Russia. But it's just crazy to see. And in all reality, like when I think about FTX, I think about Terra Luna, I think about all the things that happened with those. And if we're considering those crashes, then and we're below that, I think this is pretty mild. I mean, honestly, I don't think that we're in a bad scenario here. I mean, yeah, we're sitting here roughly 68,000. We're down almost 50% from when we hit all-time highs of 126,000. So yeah, we're definitely down about 50%. But I mean, I guess it's the feeling of it. Like, I guess we kind of if you've been through the FTX Luna Classic, if you've been through some of those sell-offs, you've been through the pandemic, like, I guess you've kind of, I mean, like, for me, maybe I'm sensitized to it. Maybe I become sensitized to feeling like this isn't as bad as the other ones were. It's down, yeah, it sucks, but I mean, in all reality, it doesn't feel like as scary as it was before. You know what I mean? Maybe to some people it is, but not to me. I don't feel that way. So, Tim Shea, we got the mayor of crypto in the house here. What's up, Tim Shea? Good to see you, my guy. Hope all is well, man. I'm going to watch your channel on Kick as well to support your channel. I appreciate that, Phil. Yeah, I actually have not got one comment from Kick yet. So you might be the first to actually comment from Kick. I don't even know if it actually shows up on my StreamYard here because no one's actually commented on my Kick. As you guys know, I did start cross streaming over on Kick just because it was like, you know what, dude, like, I'm just going to start dual streaming over there and see what happens here. And, here we are, dude. And right now it's on. Like I said, I don't even know if I don't even think I've had a single comment on there. I don't even know what it will show up like over here on StreamYard. But appreciate that, Phil. Thank you so much, dude. Anthony's in the house here. You mentioned your electricity bill yesterday. Is solar panels a thing in Washington, considering the weather? Yeah, solar panels are actually a big thing. And I've considered them, but they're just expensive. I don't know if so my grandparents are a perfect test subject for the whole electricity bill thing. They actually make money back. What is it? I think it's Einstein or something like that. I can't think of who it is the power company out of, what is it? I can't think of the name of the company, the power company out of Southern California. But I think they actually pay them back money. They have solar panels. They've had them for 33 years. They put solar panels up on that house. And they have not paid themselves off, though. So, like, when we talk about the payoff of a solar panel, we talk about like when will you get your $30,000 back after savings? And my grandpa, he is like, because he graduated from UCLA, and then he became the director of engineering, and that's what he retired as after like 50 years of working at UCLA. And so he was the director of engineering for them. Dude, the guy's like really good with numbers, really spot on. He's very organized, and he would do his math on them every single year. He would do the math on how much came back. They're still down like almost $15,000. They haven't even paid back almost, like, literally they spent like, I think they spent $35,000 on this back in like 30 years ago. These solar panels, my grandpa went like hard on them, and they haven't paid themselves back. I think they've only paid like half back on it. So I don't know if it's worth it, dude. Honestly don't know if it's worth it. I don't think it's going to save that much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe $100 a month. I mean, but you're talking $1,200 a year. I mean, that's 12,000 every 10 years. You're talking roughly 30,000 every 30 years. But you're upfronting that 30,000. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, dude. I don't know what it is. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth it, bro. Plus, we don't get that much. I mean, we get some, but I mean, it is popular. But all my neighbors, SoCal Edison, that's what it was. Edison. I thought it was Einstein. I think I had Einstein in my head, but you're right. It's SoCal Edison. I appreciate you, Anthony. Yeah, Edison. That's what it was. Is XRP still a good buy right now? I mean, we'll look at some of the charts here and you can make a good decision on where you're at. But this is pretty crazy. So this is a heat map that you guys, we show this heat map a lot. Different color, obviously. But this is from CoinGlass. And this is actually CoinGlass posted this. It says BTC liquidation heat map. Prices trapped between two major liquidation pools, 70.5, which is a short stack, and you got 65, which is long stack. We're in the middle of a sandwich right now. We're literally right in the middle of the sandwich of 70,000 and 65,000. And someone's going to lose here. I mean, both sides are absolutely loaded right now, and someone's going to lose. It's either going to be the longs that are going to win or the shorts that are going to win. And I don't know which one, because we're literally smack dab in the middle of a massive sandwich right now. So I guess pick which side you're on. Pick which side you're on. But I'll tell you right now, I'm on the long side of it. I'd rather long Bitcoin than I would short Bitcoin. And here's the reasons why. Is because, and I'm not saying like today, but I was looking, obviously if you're following the charts, if you're following the RSIs right here, this is on the weekly right here. Just come over here and look at the weekly. The weekly is at the bottom here. I mean, the weekly's been at the bottom. We'll say, I mean, it's broke over this 20% marker. I mean, way back over here in September, we broke over here. And then this was obviously the October liquidation event that happened right here. It tried to pump up here at the end of the year and came back down. We haven't had a full clean run back up here. You can see back over here in April and May, we had our liquidation day, which was our liberation day, which is also known as the liquidation day. Liberation day was liquidation day. And so we had our massive liquidation, but we had almost like we had like a double top here. came back down, reset, and then we came up and we hit some nice little rallies right here. So even if you come back and look at these levels right here, we'll just pull from the lowest level right here, which is right here. I mean, this went up about 118%, we'll just say 120%, make it easy math here. This is actually in the same exact pattern right now. We've been sort of sitting around here for a while. Now, again, this is kind of where we're at, like this kind of scenario here again, where like we're here for almost 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. We were at this level for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks before we came off. We're at 4 weeks right now. So, and I told you guys, I think that April, May, June, July is kind of the month where we're going to have a rally back upward. Again, I'm not saying we're going to hit all-time highs, but I do think we're going to have a relief rally to this to some degree. And hey, you never know. It could spark into a bull run. Who knows? But if you look at the weeklies here, the weeklies have been down here at the bottom. The good thing here on the MACD is actually climbing back. We're actually starting to get some momentum back up here. Even with this whole war thing going, we're having some momentum. But what this indicator is telling me is that we usually at some point will reset ourselves, even through the deepest of the bear market. We're down here for certain periods of time, and then we start to build ourselves out. Follow this weekly, dude. This weekly is going to come back up. And again, I'm not saying that it's going to like come all the way back up to an all-time high, but it's going to be a positive run. I would rather put a long in right now than a short. The RSIs are not telling me, the MACD is not telling me to short it. We're at the lowest we've been on the MACD ever in the history of Bitcoin. We're at the lowest we've ever been. Look at the MACD, dude. Like the MACD is at the lowest point it's ever been. We're already down here at the bottom. I mean, even if you pull up the monthly, let's pull up the monthly on this. Let's look at the monthlies. Let's take a 1 month on this. Look at this, dude. Like the monthly just bottomed out. Monthly is literally at the bottom of all bottoms. I mean, it just got done bottoming out. It's at 0.65 and 0.22, right? The only downside to it is that the MACD right here, the monthly MACD hasn't actually reached any negative, went past the zero marker right here. We're still actually in the positive. If you go back and look at the previous bear market, we actually haven't come back down and hit the cross back over here. So that could be actually a negative thing here. But what I'm trying to say here is that even before this comes back down, and this could actually come up, we get a little relief and then come back down, which is what it's most likely. If we're really calling this a bear market, that's most likely what's going to happen. We're going to come back up. We're probably going to get a nice little relief back up here to 90,000, like I said, and then probably have another little dump back off to levels of which we talked about until we hit the bottom of the bear market, which will be in October to November, December of 2026, which is what the Bitcoin halving theory is calling for. So if you're following the Bitcoin halving theory, then that's what it's saying out there. So this is kind of where it's at. So if I had to go put a long or a short in, I'm putting a long in based off where our RSIs are. No matter, they're like nothing down here is telling me that I shouldn't. I mean, everything's telling me that you're gonna long the markets. And again, it could take a month. It could take a couple weeks. That's where patience comes in here. Unfortunately, most people in doing liquidation or doing perpetuals, or they're doing 500x's, they're doing 100x's, they're doing 50x's, they're doing 25x's. Those are not going to do it for you. You're gonna get obliterated. You're gonna get obliterated. Anywhere you should be doing like a 5x. Maybe a 2, 3x. I mean, if you're going to be holding long term, if you're going to try to leverage the market, you're talking lower leverage. That's really what it comes down to: lower leverage. 10x at max, but you're still at high risk if you do a 10x. But I mean, if I had to pick, that's where I'm going. So looking at the chart here on CoinGlass, I mean, we are in a sandwich right now. But if you look at the RSIs, you look at the MACD, I think we're in a position where it's actually going to be you're going to long the market. Austin, I'm in Washington near the coast. My neighbor spent $80K on their panels, transfer switch, batteries. But that's crazy to me, BP. Like, that's crazy to me. And I know that there was in Washington, they had like a tax reduction where you could get a kickback on your taxes. But it doesn't make sense. You have to pay for it outright. So number one, you got to pay for it up front. They don't do like payments. So to be qualified for that, you got to go and actually buy the panels outright. So you got to go drop like 30, 40, 50K on these things. The only thing that I contemplated on doing was that I obviously got a Tesla. The Tesla's increased my electricity bill. It's increased my electricity bill by like $300 a month. Easily just for one Tesla, is to install the Tesla panels. And because we do average probably about 3 to 4 power outages a year, which isn't bad. And they last for maybe at the most like 8 hours, at the most. And that's very rare too. So like I was like, well, maybe I'll just get some of those, and and they'll be generated off of solar panels, and then I obviously have some solar panels, and I think I mapped it out. It was like $25,000, something like that, to get that. And all I wanted to do was actually just to power the generator. It wasn't to power the house. It's just to power that generator. So when the power does go out, it just switches on and goes. That's the only thing I've ever considered. But yeah, I just couldn't do it, dude. I don't know. That's a lot of money, dude. 80K, bro. Like what? I don't even think that you could even add that to your value of your home for 80K. Like you obviously it increases your house value, but it's not going to be 80K worth of value. Plus the repair costs. Yeah, right. My batch. You didn't even think about the repair cost. Bro, run an independent system to charge your Tesla only. I should probably do that. That's what I was saying. That's what I guess I was overdue. That's what I was talking about. Running, that's one thing they have Tesla. One thing that's great about Tesla is they have those power panels. And even though there was a recall on them just recently, but that's probably the only thing I could think of. Austin, is XCL and Cent looking? I think XCL is pretty flat. I literally haven't had any time this week to hang out. Oh, you're good, Anthony. I think they're all kind of just flattening out, which is good. Maybe this is the time to strike. Still holding all my Cent, still holding all my XCL. XCL actually is not too bad. I think I'm down like 3K on my XCL. I'm down like 15K on my Cent. I'm just holding on strong, man. Keep my fingers crossed, bro. That's kind of what it comes down to when you invest in some of the newer projects that you hope deliver something. And, they still have an opportunity to come out here and deliver. Obviously, maybe they're weathering the storm. Who the freak knows? But I really do hope that they come back. Bro, you promised a 300K Bitcoin. I didn't give a timeline on the 300K Bitcoin. Did I give a timeline? That's funny, dude. Buy a Generac. I did look at the Generac ones from Costco. Costco had them. I got liquidated 800K and that Iran drop the other night. Oh my God, bro. I've stayed out of it. Register your Cent for your rewards. Okay. Depends on where you live. Here in SoCal, my uncle and a few former coworkers have solar panels and they're making money from. Oh, really? Interesting. My grandparents bought them 30 years ago, like 33 years ago, dude. Their solar panels are probably so inefficient. They're probably not even, like I said, it's not even, they're super old, bro. But I think that they actually get paid back. Like I said, I think that they make money. But we're not talking like hundreds of dollars. We're talking like $50 a month, if that. Yeah, good to see you, Scott. So we're in this massive crunch right here. So here's a good. I've shown this chart before. I think this is a really good chart from a bear standpoint. So these are obviously the previous cycles. This is on the weekly right here, and you can actually see that every time we get into about the 0.68 fib level, we seem to go down below a certain level here. You can see back in 2020, which was like 2019, 2020, we hit about 60% after we went through the fib. Then you can see over here in 2016, 17, you can see that we went to 65%. And each year we've gotten lower and lower and lower, right? 65, 59, 44. Now what are we going to be? 35? We're going to be 30%? Like what's it going to be in this dip right here? And we know that that's roughly about 55,000. When we go back and look at this, we did have it on here for 55. I think I deleted my, actually deleted my little line through there on accident. I was messing on the phone the other day, messing around with my phone, looking at the charts through my phone. And I think I actually accidentally deleted because I asked if I wanted to redo something. I was like, no, I'm good. So I think we're like, right there. I'll just leave that line right there. So 55 is kind of like between the 618 and the 65, which again, going back and looking at this, I mean, you're kind of in the same level here, but this is actually to the 786. So I'm, golden pockets sitting around 618 to 65. And then obviously down here, somewhere in here. But I mean, if we came down below this would be roughly about a drop between the 618. If we hit right here, which is the 200 moving average, that'd be about a 20% drop. I mean, that's not probably that far off, 20% drop. But again, even if we think that we're going to hit these levels, I think that we're actually going to have I'm hoping that we have a bounce back, dude. Like, I'm hoping that we have this relief rally because, like, the weeklies don't even come down. I mean, even during the bottom of the bear, dude, we weren't down. Like, this is some of the longest time we've been down here for a while. I mean, this is a good little time crunch right here, which was back over in 2024. Which was right after the Bitcoin ETFs came out. We came up, spiked up, and we hit this lull for like until Trump got elected. We hit this massive lull right here, and that's the longest we've been in this like bear market here. So let's actually pull a date range here because I want to know what the date range was between the time we hit this 20% to the time we actually came out. It was 133 days, dude. That's a half a year, right? Half a year, give or take, before we started to rally back out of that. And I think right now we're about roughly. I mean, we're over that 30. We're 180, almost 190 days. Gosh, dang. So we're actually longer. We've been in this downtrend longer than this one. This one's just a nastier downtrend. This one just kind of downtrend and stayed flat. This one actually is a nasty downtrend that's kept us down there. But I mean, we've really technically been here since October of 2025. October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 6 months, dude. I mean, that's a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing to look at. So usually, based off what we're seeing here, we're going to have a bounce back. I truly believe that. I know people will probably laugh at that, but I don't really care. When do you expect the Clarity Act to become law? Dude, did you see that post? So people are saying that here in April they're calling for it. Then people are coming out here and saying that we're not going to have it this year. There's so much, who the hell knows when this Cold Clarity Act thing is going to come? You got Charles Hawkinson out here just dogging it. Who even listens to Charles Hawkinson? Dude, that guy is, who even listens to that guy? Anyways, but he's out here dogging it. I think that he's not even included in the discussions, but I mean, I definitely think that they're trying to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the whole CBDC discussions come up, saying that the Clarity Act is kind of going to introduce a CBDC, kind of like a stable coin in a way. And that's kind of been the drawback to it, is that we're trying to avoid that. But it's kind of like people are saying, hey, that could come in there. What's up, guy? Good to see you, buddy. Shannon's in the house here. What's up, Shannon? What's up, my guy? Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, I've been really, really busy around here. It might get a little rough. Oh, you're good, Tony. This is supposed to be the crypto capital of the world. I mean, like we are. I mean, I think crypto. That's the great thing about crypto, is that I don't think it's not owned by one entity, right? I mean, it's owned by everyone across the globe. I mean, to say that you're the crypto capital of the world, but yet you tax your citizens, 33% on capital gains. I don't think you can call yourself the crypto capital of the world when you tax your. If there's no tax on crypto, yeah, call yourself crypto capital of the world. But in all reality, Dubai is probably the crypto capital of the world right now. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, you can go over there and not pay any taxes, So like that's what I think about it. You can't call yourself the crypto capital of the world, but yet you obliterate everyone on capital gains from your crypto. Like, so that's null and void. Same people listening to Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer. Yeah, Jim Cramer. I mean, if you want to go listen to Jim Cramer, that's fine. Actually, is this? Oh, I wonder if my what's funny is I don't even think that this is stream. Oh, it is streaming. Okay. I was wondering if my kicks. Oh, I wonder if my
God, that's loud.
What's funny is I don't even think that this is stream. Oh, it is streaming. That was loud. Sorry. Austin, do you think XRP will go under $1? Let's take a look, dude. Let's take a look at this. So, when this came down to hit this 200, we usually, if you go back and look at Bitcoin, or sorry, XRP, I mean, it usually hovers right around this. It usually comes down and hits below this, and it comes down to a certain level. I mean, we can even pull this. Last time it came down and crossed over here, went down roughly 75% after it went past the 200-day moving average. And then we come over here. Last time it actually hit this one, we came down a pretty good amount here too. It came down roughly about 50%. And you can see right now, I mean, this has already come down. I mean, after it hit this, it's saying 50%. I mean, yeah, it very well could. If we can have, like I said, if we have a rally backwards, which is what I want. I mean, honestly, dude, this is what I want. I want this to come back up. We're going to probably hit this $2 mark, which is, again, right here at a fair value gap. I think that's going to be a nice little increase from where we're at. I mean, it could even go up a little bit more, 50% increase from where we're at. And this is going to happen, and people are going to freak out. They're going to miss the boat. It's okay. That's what's going to happen. People are going to miss the boat, but it's probably going to go back up here. It's probably going to hit like this 2 to 225. My favorite number is 2 to 225. And then it could probably come down. And then I could say, if we continue into the Bitcoin halving theory, it will definitely go below $1. I saw Charles on Windio's channel, and he seems really butthurt that he's losing. Yeah, I mean, and dude, like Cardano's not. I mean, in all reality, I'm not here to dog anything, but like Cardano's done, dude. Cardano's over. Like, there's no excitement around Cardano. I mean, in all reality, dude, it's just losing over and over and over, and it's down to 26 cents. It's lost literally so. People talk about these and I'm not just here to talk about Cardano, but I mean, like we'll just take like XCL, let's take Cent, let's take any of these other coins that dropped, or tokens that dropped during this market. They're down significantly. But I mean, we go back and we look at some of these other ones, they're down significantly too. I mean, like what happened to Monad, right? Or it's not Monad. What is the one that just dropped and everyone jumped on board on Coinbase? Was it Monad? Yeah, I mean, Monad, right? Was it Monad? Yeah, I think it was Monad. But this is a perfect example of one, right? I mean, this thing went up to 3 cents. I mean, and now it's down, roughly 38%. So if you got into this pre-sale and you bought it at 3 cents, you'd be down around roughly almost 37%. But this thing dropped all the way down to 1 cent down here at one point, right? Over a month ago. And I mean, people were down here about 50% down. So I mean, these things happen, dude. But no matter what, like you go back and look at some of these big time cryptos are down. I mean, well over 50%. I mean, Bitcoin's down from its all-time high. It's down over 50%. Well, a little less than 50%, right? Think it's down I think it's down. It was 50. It's 45. But I mean, earlier last week it was down 50%. It was down 50% on its bag. You know what I mean? ETH. Let's take ETH. ETH is down a really good amount from its all-time high. We go up here. We're down roughly 50, 60% at one point. Yeah, 63%, 65%. Now we're at 60%. So I mean, even big time cryptos are down significantly. So yeah, Flare is more exciting than Cardano. I had ADA once upon a time. I did too. I had a lot of ADA once upon a time. Yes, it was Monad. That's what it was. Monad. Flare is doing great things with staking and XRP. Yeah, I mean, Flare's always been good. I've had Flare for a while. I think I only own like $1,600 on it. I don't think I owe that much. I don't think I have that much Flare. I think it's like 600. Let's see, $1,600 maybe. Let me pull it. I haven't looked at my Flare in a minute, dude. Hold on. Yeah, Flare's come down significantly too, though. Gosh, dang, dude, it's at like all-time lows. Flare's pretty bad. Yeah, 78% down from an all-time high. Flare is 78% down. Like, and that's not dogging. I mean, it's a good project. It's not dogging it. It's just down. Like everything's down significantly. I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy, dude. Kind of crazy. I just saw XTC activate Revolt today. Had to buy the dip on that one. Okay. All right. Me too. Sold at a 3x. Nice, dude. You sold a 3x on your Monad, dude. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. But, you come back here and you look at the weeklies here. I mean, we're going to make a bounce back. This bounce back's coming. XRP's been down here at the bottom too on the weeklies for a while. Right? I mean, in all reality, when these weeklies hit the tops up here, it's the time to sell, dude. If you're not trying to hold long term and you're trying to just to sell it, dude, wait for these weeklies to come out, peak out up here around, right above the 80, going into the 90s, and sell your position and don't look back because it's going to come down. The weeklies every single time will reset after they rally. They will reset. And again, you want them to fully reset, but I mean, they could do things like this where, you sell it and then it goes up to a new all-time high, which is something that happened here. Doesn't mean it always has to come down and reset and then bounce up to get a new all-time high. But yeah, it's kind of crazy when you start to really look at that. What's good, XXI? Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. It's not down, it's on sale. I like that, dude. It's not down, it's on sale. Yeah, it is on sale. It is on sale. But here's another good example of this, dude. Every cycle shows the same pattern. Bitcoin outperforms gold. RSI goes over 70. Euphoric top. 14 months later, RSI bottoms near 30. Capitulation, max opportunity. You can see right now we're right at the 14 months from highs to lows, highs to lows, highs to lows, 14 months. Which again, I don't think 14 months is, I don't think it's been 14 months, or maybe they're calling for 14 months. We're already at 6 months? So, I mean, in all reality, what this is saying is that we're already at some lows here. And yeah, kind of crazy when you start to actually look at where this is at. But I mean, in all reality, same patterns, same things we're looking at here. This is going to come back out. This goes back to my CoinGlass discussion here. Are you going to short the market or long the market? If you're thinking long term here in the next month or two, the longing's going to be where it's at, dude. So anyone that's out there, I mean, and again, you could be bullish in a bearish market. It's okay to be, a lot of people out there are being very bearish right now, and that's okay. I mean, it's very bearish in the market. The markets suck. But there's going to be a bounce back, and there's going to be people out there that are telling you to, sell, or telling you that the market's going to go down, or telling you it's going to go down further and further and further, and it could. But I mean, we're already at some lows that we haven't seen, and I'm waiting for the bounce back. So I'm holding my positions until the bounce back, and then make a decision that when the weeklies hit their top, what I want to do. No one in Trump's circle bothered to consider the broad implications of this war. I'm sure they had to have. I mean, I don't even know. Can we even consider this a war? That's what my question is. Can we even consider this a war? I don't think it's a war. I don't think it's a war, dude. Austin, I hold HBAR massively down now, but still $3,000. What do you think it could go down to? Good question. Let's take a look at HBAR. 7 cents is I think 7 cents is kind of like where it's at, and it's already kind of hit the 7 cent marker multiple times right here. And let's go to the daily right here and give you a little better idea. But this, right here we're sitting at 9. It came all the way down to 7. This 7 cent range is hovering around here. You can see right here, massive. Even if you zoom in on this, look at this. This is a massive support level at 6.9, which is right around the 7 cent mark. So I think that you're going to find massive support here around 7 cents, which already has hit this a couple times. So 7 cents is kind of like that number right there. And again, this bounce back will happen. Let's go to the weekly here. I mean, we've been at the bottom here. The weekly is actually climbing itself out here, which is kind of shocking, right? I mean, this is kind of the head of the curve here. It's going to probably, hopefully, maybe it's going to come back down and build back up, but it's already starting to come back out, which again, not the greatest sign that we've only. It's already come up halfway, and we're actually been red for 3 weeks, but it's kind of flattened out. But the MACD is coming back around, which is nice. HBAR is kind of a little bit different here, but I mean, no matter what, this thing's going to come back out. We're probably going to have a relief rally. Hopefully we get back up to that, 15, 16 cents, somewhere in that ballpark, and people feel a little bit of relief off of that. You can't forget all about the rate cuts of the Fed this year, like tariff war, inflationary. We'll see what happens, dude. I mean, I think there's still going to be some rate cuts coming in here. I think once Jerome Powell's gone, I think there's going to be some rate cuts. Trump called it war publicly, but then the admin said it's not. The messaging is conflicting. Yeah, it's definitely conflicting. I don't think it's a war. I think that it's just a conflict. I mean, that's what we've called all these other little conflicts. I mean, was when Israel was bombing Gaza, were we calling that a war, or was that a conflict? What's the difference? I don't know. And when you go in, when it's fully one-sided, is it really a war? I mean, it's been pretty one-sided. I don't think Iran's done a whole lot compared to what compared to the other side. I mean, what the United States and Israel has done is not even any comparison to what Iran's done. So, like, is that really a war? I saw today I had to register my Cent wallet again, even though it was already registered previously. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. We're just spreading freedom. It will be old news soon. Yeah, that's one thing, Lionheart, I got to say is that a lot of us have short memories. I mean, majority of people have short memories. Uh, you know, Obama did what? Had eight. I think he bombed 8 countries in his tenure. We never called those wars. They were just they were just precision strikes. But we have short memories on that. We don't, people don't go back and look at what happened in Libya. People don't go back and look at all the other strikes that happened. Um, Stop selling us dreams. I mean, am I selling dreams? It's definitely a war, and it's expanding. Iran wants to include the Middle East in the war. We'll see. I mean, the one thing Iran's done, if you've been following it, is they went out and they've started to attack Saudi Arabia, other countries that have not really been hostile towards them, and now you've gone in and bombed them. That's probably not a good thing, dude. Do you still think we're getting stimmy checks? Probably not. What Bloodbath right here, dude? It's come down. Earlier today it was 800 points. At 400 now. I think earlier today, dude, the stock market lost over $1 trillion. I mean, just in the stock market alone. If you look over the last 12 hours, I mean, $4.7 trillion wiped out from all assets. That's a huge bloodbath. People are looking at the NASDAQ, the SP 500, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Russell, adding them all together. I mean, you're talking, $4.7 trillion in the last 12 hours. I mean, that's a pretty big bloodbath. I mean, if you'd ask me, $4.7 trillion being wiped away from all markets, that's pretty wild. Short memory, I can't remember what I did last week. Are you still holding XCL? Yeah, dude, I'm still holding my XCL. It's down a lot. You can see right here, I think I'm at 16,000 for XCL. I'm down to 4,000 for Cent. Each put what, 20,000, 21,000 in them. So I'm down pretty good on my Cent. My Cent's not looking too hot at all. And XCL is, obviously down about 4K. So yeah, still holding on, dude. Not happy, still holding on. Not happy, but here we are. Any specific stocks you're looking to buy during these prices? It's good. That's a good question, dude. There's actually a good amount of stocks out here that people should be looking to buy. I mean, you should be looking into, anything like Apple, Nvidia. I mean, any of these things, dude. Intel. Some of these things are down pretty good, dude. Even Mar, right? Mar is even selling some of their stakes right now. There's some really good ones out here you should be looking into. Even Tesla's down, right? I mean, Tesla, is going to come out here and change the world. There's a lot of these that are down that, people should look into if you're trying to make some money off them. Yeah, I do think that some of these out here from the stock standpoint, if you haven't got into, you have a good chance. Just a sec. Hold on one second. I got my kid's school calling me. Uno momento. Just sick kid. That's always fun. That's always fun. Yeah, this sickness is going around is horrible, dude. Obviously I'm still feeling it from I'm still feeling it, dude, from the last week. 7 days, dude. I was just dying. And you can still hear it in my voice, still a little congested, but a lot better. Kids were, a little bit more resilient, a little bit better to it. But obviously my Alex is still feeling pretty crappy about it. Never good when the school calls. Yeah, never good. You're always kind of like, oh crap, I'm poor. I can't even pay attention. All I gotta say is that the people, regardless of how you feel about the whole Iran situation here, if your stance is to defend Iran, I think you're on the wrong side. I think that Iran has continually hurt their. I think that they're just not a good country. I mean, period. I think a lot of us know that, dude. We do know that they sponsor terrorism. We do know that they're the number one sponsor for it. We do know that they don't give a shit about women's rights. We know that they're out there, killing their own people. Would they say 30 to 40,000 protesters were killed? I mean, that's what's coming out from the White House. Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I mean, but that's sad, dude. Like that's sad stuff, dude. Like, so if that's what you're doing to your own people, like, I mean, you shouldn't even. What are we? Are we really defending that, dude? So the people that come out defending that, that's crazy to me, dude. Regardless of how you feel about what Trump did, to defend that nation is crazy to me. Like that's a crazy thought. Sui thoughts with Meta stablecoin. Yeah, I think the Meta stablecoin is actually pretty good. That dude. Sui's going to be good. I think Sui's fine. I got a Rothschild bank, and Austin believes the news. I just think that I truly I think that I can care less about what you think. I mean, in all reality, that's kind of where I stand, dude. Like, I think if you're out there doing that kind of stuff, I mean, it's pretty crazy to me when you start to see even CNN and MSNBC and all them broadcasting all the Iranian Americans and all the people that were celebrating what happened over here. I mean, you had people out here celebrating it, dude. Like, I'm not from Iran. I don't know. You know what I mean? Um, so there's not going to be a World War III, dude. Not going to be World War III. People think there's going to be World War III. There's not going to be World War III over this. What are your thoughts on Polkadot performing quite well lately? I wouldn't touch. I'm not going to touch Polkadot, dude. Um, yeah, I'm not going to touch Polkadot. It's cool that it's performing, but Polkadot's just not my thing. Never has been. I don't even know where Polkadot's at now. Yeah, it's falling pretty. Dots down pretty far, but yeah, 23%. Just never really been my thing, dude. But that's what's good, Tim. Tim, about X is that X is probably the best place for information because you can actually it's actually vetted, right? From both sides. I mean, you have the left that's vetting that side, you got the right that's vetting it. Like that information on X is actually vetted. Things that are inaccurate get flagged. I mean, and that's what's been great about X. And no other social platform has that out there where you have the left calling out the right and the right calling out the left to hold them accountable for right information. Like that's the right way to do it, dude. And like so Elon has knocked it out of the ballpark when it comes to X because you can see what's bullshit and what's not. And so, again, what's great about it is that you have independent people out here who put on X. I mean, X is the largest place for independent reporting. And so, yeah, when you say that, like Soul of Jeffy out here saying that I believe all the news, no, it's all the people out here on the ground, dude. Go on there and click on X and go look at the people reporting from Iran. Go look at the people that are actually reporting from the ground in Iran and putting that stuff on social media. Like go find that. Like again, like yeah, if you're listening to CNN and MSNBC and all that kind of stuff, like yeah, you're probably listening to the news. But go listen to the people that are actually on the ground reporting, posting it on X, and then look at the people that are coming in the comments and look at what actually is being put out there. And again, there's no contradictions. People are, I mean, if it's fake, it's fake. They call it out. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that's coming out here is not fake. Bro, people believe in World War III, revolutions, flat Earth. I'm here thinking what I want for dinner. I know, right? The problem today, yeah, it's so hard to believe. I would like to know from the Iranian government who built the pyramids. They have start asking like, who did do this, by the way. It's nice to see Trump do something right. Well, I mean, you knew it was going to eventually happen. I mean, at some point, you knew. I mean, at some point, you can only. I think eventually, this whole Iran thing it's been out there for a while, dude. Energy stocks and copper stocks a good buy. I mean, you got to think. I mean, even if you look at like Exxon, right? Did I have Exxon up here? Maybe not. Let's see. Do I have Exxon up here? I mean, some of these stocks are down pretty good. Like Exxon, I think Exxon's down pretty good right now. Like Arco, yeah, Arco's down about 3%. Exxon's down about 2.4. I was just looking at those early. BP's down about 3. They're actually not down too bad. I mean, the gas companies are still going to make out on this deal. Oh, I thought I had a thing up here showing the volume. Where is it at? Oh yeah, right here. U.S. oil prices have erased all losses under the Trump administration, up about $23 a barrel since December. It says, as market begin pricing in longer disruption of crude oil prices, U.S. gas has surged over the last 2 months. The average price of gas in the U.S. has surged from $2.80 to $3.11. Yeah, as of March 2nd. So you can see right there, as of March 2nd, we're national. The national is anywhere from 280 to 311 now. Tomorrow we expect to see gas prices go above 320, about plus 15% in 2 months. So I mean, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking at that, I mean, you should be looking into ExxonMobil, BP, Arco. Like these things are going to make typically. Well, I mean, when they're starting to produce more, it's going to make the companies are going to make more money. But it's pretty crazy. President Trump is inaugurated. Gas prices come down. You see U.S. strikes Iran, nuclear sites, it goes up. And then when it comes down, then it's going to go back up. I mean, and then oil prices are race after Trump's, admin losses. So let's see here. Not in the Northwest, way higher here. Yeah, Northwest gas is pretty high. The U.S. is getting obliterated because they miscalculated the attack. They're not. How are they getting obliterated? That's my question. What makes them they're getting obliterated? I would rather buy stocks during the drama because it seems like a buy-up. It is. My next door neighbor is from Iran, and she has had many people she knows killed for protesting. Many thousands are dead. There you go, dude. Right? You hear from the people's mouth themselves. I would rather buy. So yeah, whatever happened to getting us oil from Venezuela? I think they're still doing that. Groundhog's Day 982. Yes, gas and eggs are cheap, but everything else is doubled in price. That's true. I would agree. I mean, even even cleats. I had to buy the girls because for some reason they're growing fast, right? Just last year, my daughters were in like size 2.5, and now I mean they're literally in size 4.5 shoes, like for cleats. And I feel like I've gone through cleats so freaking much, dude. It's insane. And just cleats alone. I mean, cleats were like $52. They're like $85 now. They're up. I mean, literally up $30 from a year ago. Just off of the same cleat, $30 more. So I would agree. I mean, even cleats are more expensive. Let's see. Entered the war, and the Persian Gulf countries are anxious, running out of expensive inceptors. Use cheap Saudi. It's only going to be short lived. Whatever happened, I feel like it's short lived, dude. The United States military is the most powerful military in the world. I think we have the most technology in the world, and people are trying to underestimate it, dude. Like I just don't see. I don't know, dude. I'm not going to discount the United States military. How can I claim swarm rewards? I have no idea, Crypto Kyle. I don't even do it, dude. Cent feels like a scam at this point. I have no idea, dude. I've been holding on to it, hoping that things come back. But as far as all that stuff goes, I don't know, bro. I haven't done any of it, dude. I haven't been following. I haven't been tracking it, dude. Venezuela oil is getting shipped to Israel. Not even that. Venezuela oil is getting shipped to Israel. Not even a rumor. It's a reported fact. Yeah, very well could. I think y'all been bluffing. What's up, Kev? Good to see you, buddy. What's going on, buddy? Hacked a lot of traffic cameras. That's the way they knew. Yeah, I know. I did hear about that, Dirk. I did hear about the. Yeah, they're pretty good at the hacking of the cameras. That was pretty wild. It makes you not want to have like any traffic cameras in your like around your capital because people are just gonna go in there and hack it and no one even knows. Sadly, I bought into the hype. I put 4% the worst loss in crypto. All we can do is hope and pray. Yeah, I put 20. I'm in 20. I'm about 15K down. Crypto Kyle. I'm about 15K down, and it's it sucks. It sucks. Like I said, I don't really talk about it because I mean, it's I feel like I would just be I'm gonna be negative, and I don't want to do that. I mean, I want the project to obviously do what it needs to do, but if I'm out here just dogging it, it's not good. You know what I mean? So yeah, they obviously need to do something for sure. But that's all. I mean, what else could I say? It sucks. It sucks. It does. But yeah, and when we start, like I said, let's go back and look at some of this right here, because regardless of where we're at, the weeklies are at the bottom here. These are only going to extend for so long. We're going to have a relief in here. This weekly will climb back up, and again, it might get back up to into somewhere in this ballpark. I'm hoping it gets back to 90. Right, that's probably like my dream number right now is about to get back to like 90,000 on a nice little relief rally before maybe it falls back down to another level here through October. If we stick to, like I said, if we stick to the Bitcoin theory, the Bitcoin halving theory. All this is just to distract from the fact that the world is filthy, dirty, sorry, Oz, angry at the world at the moment. I'm with you, dude. I think it's bad, dude. I mean, we're seeing what's happening with Bill Clinton, and some people's heads need to be, people's people need to be held accountable for what's happening with the whole Epstein stuff. Like, there's no doubt about that. And to see that, like, that hasn't, like, nothing like that has come to fruition, and people haven't been held accountable for that, including Bill Clinton and anyone else that's a part of that. Like, I think that's crazy. Like, I truly believe that. And it's wild that it's wild to think that there's so many of these people out there, and yeah, no one's doing anything about it. I'm watching that TV. I was watching the TV series. It's called Cross. It's on Prime. And one of the guys blackmail that he has on, like, the lady is that, like, her husband is basically that. And dude, like, that's so much blackmail, dude. Like, that's so much blackmail. They'll do anything to keep that hidden, right? And I think that that's what a lot of this is, that these people do bad things, and they have blackmail over these people, dude. It's sad, dude. And if they don't get in line, they just freaking oof them. You know what I mean? That's kind of how the world is. Hey, if you don't get in line, we're going to oof you. If you don't get in line after I blackmail you and show you all, like, I mean, like, it's crazy. Now with AI, how could you tell the difference? How could you tell the difference, dude? AI is dangerous from that standpoint. You know, checking out from Seychelles here, stuck here due to Dubai airs. Oh man, 2 days over my holiday. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy, Lewan. That's man. If you guys, I hope your travels are safe, bro. Yeah, I hope your travels are safe, dude. Be safe out there. If you guys got on the Scent website, you can see they're always updating. Are they updating? Okay. The free airplane Wi-Fi may keep my game for the whole stream. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, but I mean, but that's crazy, guy. That you could say that Bill Clinton hasn't been accused of wrongdoing, but you attack Trump, but the information's the same, right? There's actually more photos of Bill Clinton with 16, 14, and 16-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, so to defend Clinton and then go attack Trump for the same thing is kind of crazy. It's all a distraction. I agree. Jay-Z and R. Kelly shot a video in the home. R. Kelly, dude. There's way more emails. Yeah, I saw there was a ton more emails out there. Elite, yeah, Babylon, Persia, Iraq. Yeah, we do got an elitist problem here in the United States. That's for sure. I think across the globe, there's an elitist problem for sure. But in all reality, I mean, like, everyone that's a part of that should be held accountable. You all realize the argument at the moment is, I mean, what do you? I think Bill Clinton. With the whole Monica Lewinsky thing, we can't talk about anything when we have to include Bill Clinton with the Monica Lewinsky. And there's no way we'll ever know. Like I said, no one's going to be held accountable for it. It doesn't matter. We can argue all day about it. We can defend and argue, but at the end, like, we're only going to be told what they want us to hear, anyways. No, I'm not. I'm saying that, like, when it comes to anything sexual, guy, like we're like, it's almost like what you said. We're arguing between who's better than who. Like, they're both. I mean, if that's the case, like I said, if you out there touching little kids, like, it's game over, dude. Who the F cares about Clintons? They're so irrelevant. True that. But people should be held accountable. I mean, I still think Hillary Clinton should be held accountable for Benghazi. I mean, I think she should be jailed for it. I think what happened in Benghazi, that made me sick to my stomach, dude. You know? Um, yeah, the whole Benghazi thing. And the reason why is because I had a couple of friends in the military that were in that area during that time. And, the stories that came back from that whole Benghazi thing is just sickening, dude. And then to hear all the stuff and then nothing happened. I think that's kind of crazy. And then Austin's basically saying Bill Clinton BS on the Monaco story. Imagine being Monica Lewinsky and now hearing the stories about what I know, dude. It's so crazy. I know some people think their team never did anything wrong. I think if you did something wrong, you should be held accountable for it. I don't care what team you're on, dude. Like, yeah, I think you should be held accountable. And they're all going to clean it up and they're all going to tell the story and they're all going to, whatever it might be. And like I said, we'll never know. Like, there's no way to ever definitively know. But I mean, the uncovering of the photos from Epstein is kind of crazy when it comes to Clinton. And then hearing the stories about like Bill Gates, oh my gosh, dude, it's so crazy. Lewinsky was hot. People in power and popularity has always done shady. That's true, dude. Dustin Prince. But I think that's the thing is that they get caught up. I think what happens is so when people get money and when people have a lot of money, they feel they have a lot of power, right? And they feel that they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. And a perfect example of that is just look at sports. Look at sports and look what happens in the NFL, the NBA. Look at all these people that get a lot of money in sports. They never had this kind of money before. They think they're above the law. They think they can do whatever they want because they have the money. And then we see the downfall of all that, right? BitBoy is a good example. BitBoy had the whole internet. The BitBoy literally cornered the crypto internet. He made a ton of money. He was Sam Bankman-Fried, above it all, right? Made all this money above it all and did shady, bad stuff, right? So did BitBoy. You go down the whole list of everyone. When they get money, they become. And then what happens is they do things with people who then hold things over their head. I mean, it's literally that's what it is. They will blackmail them over these things, and then there's nothing they can do. Like, what do you do? What do you do if like you get caught on video or you have pictures or you were coerced or whatever it might have been into doing something bad, and then now they have this leverage on you? Like, there's nothing you can do, dude. And if you do come out and say anything, you go to jail. You lose your power, you lose your money. Who knows what, dude? Like, it's just like it is a great like blackmailing on these things is such a crazy tactic, but it's done. I mean, that's the whole that's Epstein in a literally that's Epstein in a couple words. Yeah, that whole Bill Gates story made me sick to my stomach, dude. Selling the soul has a cost. Absolutely does, dude. I'm afraid they might have made a decision to. I don't support either side of this. Yeah, I don't. I'm okay. Like, it's just tough to say, dude. Like I said, Pedro. It's hard to say what's right, what's real, and what's not. I mean, we're told something, and you either believe it or you don't. Where do you get the verified facts? You know what I mean? It's so hard to say. Oh yeah, dude. We have an app. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing Observer do. We have an app here in Washington. And I'm sure everyone has it where like sexual predators have to register themselves, and so you can see like how far away some of these things are. Dude, it's sickening to see how many are in our area. And when I'm not talking, I'm talking like there is a lot. There's a lot, dude. It's kind of makes you like that's why my kids don't go out. That's why my kids will not go out and play in the cul-de-sac without me. Just not going to happen, dude. You think that you're in a safe area, you're not. I'm not sweating the money I put in crypto. It's going to the casino. Didn't spend more than I can afford, and I ain't rich by any means. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I put stuff in there too, and you know, some things I'm down, some things that a lot of things I'm up on, some things I'm down on. Yeah, Bill Gates thing. Yeah, best part is that they're all the same team. Yeah, they probably are too. It's just who's more pissed at the other one. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Craig, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you too, man. Blame it on the government releasing these freaks out into the streets right after they do a crime. That's crazy. I know, right? Ironheart, that gets me all like, what the? Like, what are we doing? They might not pay for their crimes now, but one day they will answer to God. I agree with that. I agree in karma. I agree with karma. I agree that these people are eventually going to go meet their maker, dude, and accountability will be held. I just need XRP to get back to about a 350 and pull out. Yeah, where's your break even point, Derek? Where's your break even point on XRP? Is it 350? Crazy support trumped after that. I mean, what's the alternative though, Marty? What's the alternative? You're going to go support Gavin Newsom? I mean, like, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, you're you got to weigh your odds out here. You're gonna allow Newsom to come in and become president of the United States and turn it into California? Is that what we're gonna do? Like, what do you do? You got to pick the lesser of both evils at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the best answer is. The world's getting that crazy. I think Kanye is speaking the truth. Kanye is probably, dude. Kanye is wild as hell, bro. But I mean, like, sometimes you listen to him, you're like, he's not lying. If you listen to him, he's not lying. All right, BP, good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. You too, Aaron. Good to see you too. Gavin Chuscum, dude. I mean, but like, what is your alternative? Like, there's a, I was listening to, a lot of these people that are like America First. There's a Make America Great, MAGA, and then there's America First, right? You got a lot of people that jumped over to the America First, and then they're like, oh, America First, but then they're like, I'm not gonna, if it's a Vance, Rubio, Rubio ticket, I'm voting Democrat. It's like that's your America First is to vote Democrat, knowing that it's Newsom. Like, that's crazy. Do you play video games, Austin? That new Resident Evil is looking solid, broski. I've just got a little bit back into video games over this last week, dude. I've been annoying the hell out of fan, dude. I've been playing Retro Bowl. I don't know if you guys have been playing Retro Bowl. It's like it's football on your phone, and it's called Retro Bowl, dude. I'm year 32. I have like 15 championships as a Seahawks. Dude, I'm killing it, man. My free agency, dude. I'm so good at drafting people. It's insane. But yeah, I just got back into it. I was like, man, maybe I should start playing some Madden again. Gavin was not in the files, dude. Either is Vance. Is Vance in the files? Is Marco Rubio in the files? We're talking about 2028. Like, you're gonna vote for Newsom? That's crazy, bro. Phone app is considered as video games. Yeah, but we know. I mean, in all reality, dude, like, I have no problem voting for a person who's a Democrat. Um, if they actually show that they are worth the vote. But to like have Newsom leading that, I mean, we just go look at what's happening in California. That's crazy, dude. Like, to even think about that guy. Like, I mean, and you could probably sit here and say that Newsom, what he's done in California is probably not good. I mean, like, the amount of debt and everything that they've left, the Palisades fires, like, that's crazy to me. People are still, being someone who's been through a house fire and knowing how like horrible that is, that feeling, and to think that all those people in the Palisades fire still are at square one makes me sick to my stomach, dude. Because that is one of the worst things ever, and to know that like they haven't got any relief from that is just like, that's insane to me, dude. I live in Cali. You don't want that? Yeah, I know. I there's no way. Yeah, it's Democrats and Republicans, same. They lie, tell something good. Trump did last 1 year. Well, I mean, obviously, I mean, I think one positive thing is, I mean, inflation is down. I mean, that's the biggest thing. As you guys know, inflation's like the worst thing in the world. So inflation is down, regardless of how you want to feel about it. But inflation is down. That's a positive thing. And Bitcoin hit an all time high. Let's not forget that. I mean, all stock markets and Bitcoin hit all time highs. They're not down now. They're obviously going through a bear market right now. But I mean, like, they did hit all time highs. People did make a mint off that. That's for sure. I do think the ending to the whole Gaza thing was important. I think that was a big one. Ending of the wars, I think, are super important. I mean, obviously, this whole Iran thing is kind of crazy. It came up last week, but as a whole, inflation's down. As a whole, he said over the last year. We're not talking last week. We're talking last year. So last year, guy, we can say that inflation came down. I mean, we know that it came down a lot, significantly. We know gas prices came down significantly over the last year. I just showed the chart on it, dude. I mean, look at gas. Gas price $2 a gallon. Trump calls for $2 a gallon. It goes back up, but I mean, you can see the gas prices are down. Which is good. $7 billion could have rebuilt the Hawaii fire damage. Just donated $10 billion to another country. I know, that's so bad, dude. Pedro, so bad. I got the Newsom popularity. He's actively destroying. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, if that's the Democrats, if the Democrats are leaning on if the Democrats are using Newsom as their presidential candidate, they've already lost. There's no way, dude, unless they cheat. But I think both parties cheat, so it doesn't really matter. You think an oil crisis will reignite the inflation? Probably. Yeah, absolutely will. I'm cool with video games. I was a gamer before I met Austin. I don't really consider him one, though. I'm not a gamer, dude. I'm not a gamer. I don't like, my son's a gamer. I'm not. But I have played games the last couple weeks. Everyone is homeless as long as they collect property taxes. You're a lifetime. That's true. I agree with that, Majestic. Absolutely. I voted for Trump and overall not happy with him, but Newsom will suck. Yeah. Yeah, you got to. That's what I said. You got to you might not be happy with where Trump's at. You might not be happy with the kind of stuff, but you got to weigh out you got to weigh out what's next, right? You got to weigh it out and really realize what you're giving out here. But all right, we went way off topic here talking about politics and crypto and everything like that. But as you guys can see, the markets, I mean, kind of flat for the most part. It's trying to make a little comeback here in the last hour. Ethereum's trying to get back above the 2,000. Bitcoin trying to get back into 69. Stock market is coming back 800 points originally. Now it's down to 300. So it's come back about almost 500 points from where it first started today. Now it's down about 300 points. So it's definitely come down. Look at that, dude. The Dow is down just 300 points after earlier 1,200 point loss on Tuesday, dude. So it's come back. I mean, there's been a rally back. And yeah, it's kind of a crazy deal, dude. I don't know what's going to come of this. Keep our fingers crossed. The war is definitely going to impact a lot of this, or the conflict, whatever you want to call it. You need to vote for someone more central. Yeah, you need someone in the middle, but there's no one in the middle, Kev. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to say. Is I've always said this, dude. My dad and everyone's always said that if you don't vote, you can't complain, right? If you don't vote, you can't complain. So you got to decide, who are you voting for? You might not like everything that they're about, but who are you going to vote for? And that's what it comes down to. So you got to decide. And unfortunately, the more moderate people, I feel that that's what we need. We need someone to come in who's more moderate, someone who's towing the middle line versus towing far right or far left. Newsom's far left. You could say that maybe Trump's maybe a little bit more right, but I actually think that the Republican Party is more in the middle than the Democratic Party. A lot of the Democratic Party is far left. There's very, you're getting a few Democratic senators who are becoming more middle, and that's kind of stuff that I actually look for. So. Yeah, but I mean, Pete Buttigieg's history. I mean, his what he did with the Department of Transportation was ferocious, dude. Was absolutely horrendous, dude. I said ferocious, horrendous. Was absolutely horrendous. I mean, go back and look at his history. Like, Pete Buttigieg isn't going anywhere, bro. Unfortunately, I mean, I think what he did under Biden was just dismal. It's funny to me that Democrats and Republicans both hate Newsom. It's kind of crazy, right? You can complain about the voting options. My dad, I'm just saying, like, if you don't vote, how can you complain? If you're not helping it, how can you complain? How can you complain about it? You know what I mean? Like, but you can complain about the voting options. You're right. The voting option, like that, these are the only two people we have to, the only two people that we have to vote for. That kind of sucks too. Is that it goes down to literally you either have one Republican or one Democrat. There's no other person. And last time that we tried to get like RFK Jr. from an independent standpoint, they axed him from the whole thing. So it just sounds like a very 1939 name. In my country, there are no politicians anymore that actually care about the country. It's only thinking about themselves. You're not feeling too hot? I feel you. I feel you. You're fine. You're fine. You're not? Okay. I love you. Word of the day, ferocious. Yeah, that's the new one, right? Ferocious. I meant to say horrendous. I said ferocious. Oh, dude, that's so funny. RFK Jr. is a joke. I like RFK Jr., dude. He hasn't done everything that I want him to do. That's for sure. I mean, like, I wanted him to make our health better when it comes to the food in school lunches. Yeah, but if you don't vote, Kev, then what is it like? I mean, if you don't vote, you're not helping. I mean, it doesn't matter. Someone's going to win. So if you don't vote, what does it mean? What does it mean then? Like, honestly, what does it mean then? If you don't vote, like, what are you doing then? Someone's going to win at the end of it, right? So you just say I didn't vote. Well, I mean, like, that doesn't really help. Are you a big fan of the measles? I believe that I believe that there's certain vaccinations that kids should take. Yeah, I think that like measles is one of them. I mean, I think measles are. Yeah, I think we should keep the eradicate. Keeping measles out of schools for sure. There's certain vaccines I think like that. I mean, we went through this whole thing. I mean, when I was a kid, I think I got like 7 vaccinations. But now to think like my kids, when they were first born, had to go through a series of vaccinations, it's kind of crazy. But we know that the measles vaccination is a safe vaccination. We know that the polio vaccination is a safe vaccination. Like we know that some of these things are safe vaccinations. It's been through 60, 70 years of trials with massive amounts of populations. But there's a lot of these other vaccinations that are coming out, like the flu shots that are coming out every year. Those are not good. No good vaccines ever. Yeah, but I mean, I think that we've known that vaccinations have helped allow people to live to survive and live longer for sure. Measles is one of them, right? I'm just playing politics is just I look after mine. I don't. I know you're good, Kev. I mean, but like I said, I do think like a tetanus shot. I do think I don't think you should get a tetanus shot just get a tetanus shot. But I mean, if you get tetanus, I think having a vaccination for tetanus is probably a good thing. I do think that now I don't think hepatitis shots are all that. I don't think you should go get your hep series anymore because now they have they have stuff out there to beat hepatitis. So like, do we have to go get shots for hepatitis now, knowing that there's medication out there to cure hepatitis? I mean, do we really need those shots anymore? Do we really need to vaccinate people off that anymore? I don't know. There's a lawsuit about the children vaccine schedule never being tested. That's kind of crazy to think, right? Yeah, after COVID, people ain't gonna. Yeah, I would agree. I don't. I mean, dude, I haven't had a vaccine in a long time, dude. Austin, my brother, none of the vaccinations are what we think they are. I heard politics is just showbiz for ugly folks. Probably true. Yeah, 1 in 5 cancers. Yeah, cancer's crazy, right? Soul of Jeffy, 300K die of obesity. That's pretty crazy too. Sad deal. But all right, guys, I got to bounce off here. I got to go get a haircut today. I scheduled a haircut. I don't know how, why, or when I scheduled it, but I did. So even though I look like I'm pretty cleaned up. So, but anyways, I scheduled one, so I gotta go get it taken care of, get my beard trimmed for a guy. I'm gonna do a really short guy. Okay, really really short. So, but with all that, appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on, kicking it with me today. Good discussion. Cryptocurrency market's gonna bounce back no matter what, dude. Don't let him touch the beard. I'll probably just have him touch it up a little bit. Get a nice little razor shave on it, But yeah, with all that, guys, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Love you guys a ton. Appreciate you. Have a great one. And yeah, with all that, I'll see you guys. I won't see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I will not see you guys tomorrow, but I'll see you guys Thursday. So with all that, love you guys. We're out. Peace out, everyone.